One is a set of basic program materials. Normally, the generic process for goal attainment is you assess where you're at, you create a goal or a vision of where you want to be, you create a plan to get from where you are to where you want to be, and then you walk the plan. Then you reassess and repeat the process over again. So we've created written materials that will help you do this. We have some assessments. I think a lot of you have looked at the lifestyle review. We have a goal setting form. I did already mention the dream and goal sheet. There's something that we call the life pack form. Every 4 to 6 months we encourage you to set goals for the next 4 to 6 months in each of the areas of clear. So you might have a goal for increasing your time and money, a goal for your own fulfillment, a goal for empowering others, for adding to the world's stability, or several goals, and maybe a goal to pass this, to let other people know about this program once you feel comfortable with it. Okay, so these are available on the website, and we'll have copies here for people who don't have web access. Okay, a second format is rotating meeting roles. Okay, each week someone is going to be, for example, the MC. We're going to ask someone to be a greeter. Actually, we want people to volunteer. Different people will be presenting, people who want to present. Someone will be bringing in the snack, etc., etc. So we want the roles to rotate. In some cases it'll be something easy for you. In other cases it might be a stretch, like when you're ready to be MC, that's a kind of big responsibility, then you can give that a try. So these roles perform 2 or 3 functions. One is that it's a way for people to contribute to the community that's going to form. Okay? And I think that everyone, myself included, will be more just predisposed to help people who we see are team players. So by participating and giving, it makes it, besides a way that you receive, it's a way that will attract other people to help you. A third reason for the rotating roles is so that I don't have to do everything, and I don't think that would be right. Another structure that we're going to have is a leadership team. Now, we're not going to have this eventually. After this community forms in maybe 2 or 3 months, we'll probably have an election for someone who's going to be like the community leader, an assistant leader, a treasurer. There might be another role or two that we develop, and this will be something that will happen maybe every 6 months or every year. We'll vote again for that. Another structure is for feedback to make all around better and to make this particular community better. Hopefully the format that I've outlined tonight will be close to optimal, but I'm sure people will have ideas for tweaking it or adding to it, or adding some optional support structure to give people, to make the program stronger. So at the beginning, I and Fred Geiger are kind of like the initiating leadership team, and so just feel free to email or give us a call about your ideas. Eventually there'll be a more formal process. Maybe the leaders will take the feedback, create some kind of proposed change, and have the membership vote on it. So that's something that's going to evolve. Another structure, the last one I want to talk about today, is something called skill upgrades. These are skills that we encourage people to learn or that we have written up. If you have any exposure to Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, these are like merit badges, but they're for adults. They are things, some of them are things that I think every adult should know, but it's not often taught in school. Things like communication skills, like active listening, or conflict resolution skills, or assertiveness. I found that all these things have come in handy because I've not only learned something, but I've retained like the essential methods or the formula for doing things like assertiveness or conflict resolution. And so I think they're very powerful, and I think they make the world better and they make our lives better when we've mastered these skills. So there are several other structures that I think will enhance the meeting, and they'll be written up in the members manual. Some of them I think are fairly straightforward, others will be experimental and will be getting feedback. They might be more optional, but we'll be looking for feedback to refine some of those things. So you'll learn more about that later. Last thing I want to talk about is the global problems, our vision, and the kind of drama that I think all around is. I think we're all aware of different environmental and economic problems. And part of my reason for creating All Around was that I've always, even since I was young, felt this burden or this grief about the amount of people around the world suffering. And then later when I became a chemist and I was more aware of the environmental problems, I also was very troubled about that and how some of these problems are accelerating and they're kind of all hitting us at once. And I think that this all-around strategy of us each creating more spare time and money so that we could impact or help charities or volunteer is going to be a critical strategy. I mean, it's one thing for the government to allocate $700 billion or whatever to a different problem, but in the end, the wherewithal, the capacity has to come from people. It has to be people with skills, people with assets, time and money, people who are healthy enough to take action, and I think that's the level that All Around is going to function at. Now, I talked about drama. The all-around drama happens, I think, on several levels. One is that anytime you set a goal that you're not sure you can achieve, there's this drama. Are you going to reach it or aren't you? And in a sense, we're co-stars in each other's drama. A second drama is of the group. Will this group stay together? Will we refine the program? Will the program grow? Will this kind of action signal that we have, our results, this kind of beacon of action, our message is being sent out in action, and will that grow? Will this program become a kind of chain reaction of empowerment and someday have a global impact? One thing that I would like to do is, once the program gets together and starts to grow, we might actually videotape some of these things, put a demonstration in different, like short YouTubes, demonstrate some of the things like the Golden Growth Group, etc., and put the materials on the net, make it accessible, and just have it grow, have it be translated. So I think that very quickly, if we can create an effective format, we can spread this, far and wide.